do?
There's no clock here.
There's a clock now. We're alive.
Oh, well, good evening, everybody. Jimmy Palumbo waiting for a clock. I don't get the clock. And
Do you not get the clock?
No, I don't get the clock. So it's kind of, I wing it, and then we're off. Well, I'll tell you what, Jay Bird. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Show. Another smooth opening here. Show number 209 of the Jimmy Palumbo Show. Well, good evening, everybody. It is a perfect day for the Jimmy Palumbo Show here. Of course, it really is Hank Bauer Day, show number 209. Of course, Dave seems distracted by something.
Yeah, the wife is crept up into the man cave. Got to figure out if she's in dire need of something.
Say hello to the wife. Put her on the show. She'd be more entertaining than you or I. We lead the league in smooth openings here at Shea.
We're good. Everybody's alive.
Right.
That's all that matters.
Say hello to the missus. But of course, if you're sitting at home thinking, I can't wait to hear more about Hank Bauer or Charlie Keller, legendary Yankees from the 30s, and of course, Greg Nettles over there at the third base, and your friend and mine, Joe Pisarcik, fumble responsible for the Giants getting George Young and Parcells and all that. And then you got the best rhyme name ever, Tony Romo.
I was waiting for him, man. I was waiting for that.
And of course, you got Cavante Turpin, another legendary Cowboy.
Listen,
you didn't think I could
all
do
pro.
it, right?
Yeah, it's all pro Cavante Turpin.
And then, of course, the legendary Redskin, Sonny Jurgensen. I remember
Sonny. Yeah.
I remember.
I never watched him play.
We were at Leggett's one day, and it was a girl talking to one of my friends. I'm like, oh, she looks like Sonny Jurgensen. My buddy to this day says I can't get that image out of it. And she did look like Sonny Jurgensen. But yeah, show number 209 here at Shea. And there's all kinds of exciting news going on here. Number one, well, let's get to the baseball card thing, because this is something. You want to talk about a guy that rolls off your tongue. I know, Dave, you went out and got his jersey. Of course, it's none other than Cleveland Indians' Brooke Jacoby.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you something about good old Brooke here. Brooke played from 81 to 92. He played with Atlanta, Cleveland, and Oakland. His best year was 1987. And let me tell you, if you would take this on the Yankees, 300, 32 home runs.
She's batting third already.
69 RBIs. That's low.
Maybe second.
Bad team. But only 73 strikeouts. Now, Judge had 73 strikeouts by April 19th.
So does Giancarlo Stanton. So let's not get crazy here.
Stanton has 75.
You know what, though? The only way Stanton gets that is if he actually plays. So
that's it. Don't worry about my boy Stanton. He don't play in the spring. He plays when the playoffs start. But this guy, Brooke Jacoby. Now, I knew the name because I'll explain you why in a second. But his best year, we had another year where he was his lifetime was he batted 270 with 120 home runs, 544 RBIs. He was the 7th round draft pick, Brooke Jacoby. He made the 86 All-Star team. I'm guessing it might have been one of those every team had to have one.
Is that a thing? I know it's a thing like Little League.
Yeah, well, it was years ago. I don't know if they do that anymore. But he had an elbow injury, and that slowed him down. And next thing you know, he becomes a hitting coach. But I always laugh at these guys. He played the minor leagues for a bunch of years. Like, what I love about Brooke Jacoby is real simple.
You love anything about Brooke Jacoby.
No, I'll tell you what it is. Because here we are, two pompous-ass podcasters that can't rub two nickels together. And Brooke Jacoby was in Major League Baseball for 40 years. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So you can sit there and mock out old Brooke Jacoby anytime you want, but he made a living
too, by the way. Stud. He looks like a James Dean.
Right. He retired. So he was a decent player, 1,200 hits. Ended up the hitting coach for Toronto and a bunch of other teams, 38 years in the bigs. He's 65 years old now, but he is famous for getting suspended. And tell me this wouldn't be you or I. He was a hitting coach, okay? And he thought the umpires had a brutal game. So at Fenway, the umpires and players come through at the same time. and he just waited for the home plate umpire, and he like lit into him. And there's two sides of the story. Some people say he took a swing at the umpire.
Whoa.
Some people say the umpire was the aggressor. He got suspended for 14 days, but it was reduced later on. But part of me thinks, like, if you're a hitter on the team and you're like hitting coaches going after the ump for calling a bad game, of course, now he'd be banned forever, and he would be, running for governor of
kicked out of the Hall of Fame.
He'd be running for governor of Atlanta, Georgia. But that's it. Good old Brooke Jacoby. Nothing major on his. He got traded with Brett Butler at one point, so nothing going on there. He's a good-looking fellow,
Yeah, he's a stud. Look at him.
So that's it. Brooke Jacoby. I wonder if he knows George Jacoby from Colonia, who's the J Sweet Shop there. His dad ran. Probably. Anyway, so big news. We were mired.
Ooh.
We were mired.
It were. Past tense.
Were until John Hannon with a Patreon. We are now up to 48. We are in the 48.
We are in Kyle Farnsworth territory.
We are Kyle Farnsworth. We got off of Steve Venditti's 47. We now have 48 Patreons.
Who the hell? By the way, who's this guy?
He's just a fan. We'll leave it at that.
All right.
Maybe his middle name is Hannon, and his last name could be Hogan or Clark or Palumbo. To me, if your last name's not Hogan, Clark, or Palumbo, you're legendary in my book. Or Riccardi, I guess, my other nephews. But so we are now at 48 Patreon members.
God, what a glorious day it is. Where's my little
all of these resources go to pay, basically go to pay. My Patreon, really, it's there to pay Dave. So
there you go. There's your little horn for you.
I'll tell you, best producer in the world.
Listen, when we have time, I did upload a video that I'm sure you haven't seen yet because you don't scour the internet like I do. When we have time, there's a viral video going around now, and I need you to watch it. It's 1 minute and 30 seconds long.
Okay.
And it's the most cringeworthy thing I think I've ever watched in my life, but the seriousness of it is supposed to motivate you to get your act together in the mornings. We'll get into it when you have a chance.
So we can't put it on now.
No, if you want, I have the time. I mean, I have it uploaded. Like, it's ready to go.
Maybe I'll watch it first, and if we laugh, we'll put it on next week. You want to do it now? Put it on now.
You need a gut reaction.
Put it on now. I don't care. It's my
all right,
show.
so this is a morning routine guy. I don't know his real name. Somebody had tagged him. He had put out a video on TikTok. It is super viral right now. People are talking about it. People are mocking it. Some people are just inspired by it. Me for one, I think it's the biggest joke of all time. You give me your thoughts. Now, remember, this is somebody's morning routine, and he timestamps everything. Here we go.
About the Lord's business.
So looking at it, bro, we got to go ahead and get in at least 10,000. Thank you.
So,
dude,
Jimmy, there is so many fallacies about that video. Then that's somebody's morning from 4 a.m. till 9 a.m. Right?
First of all, what's with the blue waters? It's sponsored by somebody.
That has to be part of it. But dude, I watched a lot of breakdowns of this. Like, people are breaking down each individual part. Bro, when he my favorite one I've seen so far is he jumps into the water at 7:31. He's mid-flight, And when he crashes down into the water, it's 7:34.
I know.
So he was in the air for 3 minutes.
Oh,
Dude.
my God.
Oh my God.
That
right there is the most viral video going around the internet right now. And if you're inspired by that, my God, like,
why would I be inspired? Number one, the guy looks like he has time.
Looks
like he has time. He has money.
He has no kids.
First of all, he's got no kids. He's ripped. So he's ripped from doing 8 push-ups on the deck. I mean, what about the 8 hours a day? You know what? I'm going to do a video of my morning,
bro. That you don't understand. That would be absolute gold if you did it. Where it's like, you know what the best part is? Your video should absolutely be like, all that was from 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock.
Right.
Your alarm should go off at 9 o'clock, and that's it.
At 9 o'clock. That's it. Oh my God!
I woke up. We're mission accomplished.
Oh
shit.
Man, that is crazy. I'll give you that.
Dude, millions of views, millions, Jimmy.
And here I am with just John Hannon as my Patreon 48. But I want to give a shout out because it's opening day this week on Thursday to Neil Goldhaber. I went to many opening days with him and my boy Shecky, Mike Lawler, and of course my website guy, James Kanowitz, the original website guy, not my current guy, as my Patreon and longtime supporters. All right. Well,
Tyson Hogan with the douche.
Oh yeah, but this is where I know my
Saratoga Water. That must be the sponsor.
So he's getting paid for that. If I were them, I'd pull that spot.
I mean, dude, the most generic part of it is when he's on a conference call. He's like, "Oh man, we got to get at least 10,000." Like, shut up, dude! Like,
my God,
10,000. We're at 48 Patreon members here at the Jimmy Palumbo Show. You shut your mouth over there.
And we go live here. There's no editing. I go right in the game and hit a quick 3 right off the butt.
Bang.
So my brother's always busting my balls. Why did you? I'm like, Frank, I make mistakes. I say 1985 instead of 1987. Give me a break.
What's he want? Does he want me to go back and sift through and like put like AI voiceovers?
Voice. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make the whole show AI, and I can sleep till 2 o'clock.
There you go. Done.
But of course, Dave and I chasingmiracles.com. That's right. Don't forget to go to chasingmiracles.com. Stem cell patches. My mom wears them. I wear them every day as well. So even though on the inside I'm getting healthier, on the outside, it's nothing but devil dogs and ding-dongs here at Shea. These things are great. You can pee in the cup, so if you can't lose your job if you're in law enforcement. And they're just great. Stem cell patches. Go to chasingmiracles.com. Check these things out. They do help. They have pain patches and everything else. So
you just said ding-dongs and something else.
Yeah, devil dogs.
Devil dogs. Now, did you hear about the new item at Yankee Stadium this season?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you want to get bougie?
What is it?
The newest item at Yankee Stadium is
kale salad,
tiramisu.
Oh my God!
You can get yourself some tiramisu at Yankee Stadium.
At what meeting? Someone had to drive to the Bronx and say, "All right, we got the Bud guy, we got the kegs, we got this, we got Miller Lite coming, we got the pretzels," and somebody raised their hand and said, "Hey, our research suggests that Vinny from Queens and Jose from the Bronx, he'd really like tiramisu when the Yankees are down 6-0. And what's funny? You are going to get a tiramisu.
Just mad, just angry. Like, Judge just flies out the center with the bases loaded. You're like, motherfucker. And you're just eating your tiramisu.
That's because it's not Roy White Canisius, which that just made 4 people drive off the road. Of course, there's a lot going on here. A lot of fun stuff. Let's see. First of all, the Giants signed Jameis Winston.
Hey. Taste those wins. That dub. We get no dub. And I love Jameis Winston. I said, if you go back on the Jimmy Palumbo Show about 3 weeks ago,
I said to sign him.
Sign Jameis Winston. And they did. So Mara must listen to the show. Obviously.
He must, yeah. John Mara listens to the No, he 100%. Doesn't, because I think he's the worst owner in football. And just as long as he doesn't fire Steve Venditti, we're good to go. Jameis Winston we're talking about if you Google stopgap or temporary QB or tent,
it's not an awful move, especially if you draft Shador or
there's only one way. Listen to me. I will lead you through this. Okay? My Giant fans, not Dave. Dave's rooting against them.
No, yeah.
There's only one way to paradise with the Giants, and that is Shador. Because you know why? We're a 1-ring circus. Let's make it a 3-ring circus. And I think a year from now, when they want to fire the coach, Neon Dion, and a young Shador.
In a perfect world, as a Cowboys fan, in a perfect world, the Giants are going to come up on the clock. Number 1, Tennessee is going to take Cam Ward. Okay. Number 2, the Browns are going to take the edge rusher from Abdul Carter from Penn State. The Giants are going to be sitting there with an opportunity to get either a generational talent, I'll say that in air quotes, with what's his guy, the receiver corner, Hunter, or their quarterback, Shador Sanders. You have a choice between 2 teammates, and it's going to be drama. It's going to be suspense. And the minute somebody screws up, whoever the ladder is, you're going to be like, should have drafted Shador. Should have drafted Hunter.
You know what?
It's going to be glorious.
Okay, let me tell you how bad I am. I think Travis Hunter totally should have went to Rutgers. Let me tell you why. I don't think he's that great of a wide receiver. I don't think he's that great of a secondary guy.
Man.
And so what he is he plays both positions average. And in the NFL, he's not going to make it because he's not great at one. NFL is not, you got to be great at one. Listen, there's guys from Rutgers that are holders in the league 13 years making $1 million a year. If I were Rutgers, I'd be like, if you're a holder, send your son here. We have 4 guys in the NFL. I think Travis Hunter is overrated as well. People are going to hate me for that, but I just think it's, you know how hard it is to play cornerback in the NFL.
I talk to Brett and Keith Ernst all the time about it. It's the hardest position in the NFL.
I'll tell you why. You got to run a 4.140, and every game you get nicked up and you naturally get slower. And by the end of the season, you run like a fullback, and you got to cover the best wide receiver.
How about the fact that you got to not only do you have to run a 4.140, you got to run backwards.
You got to run backwards.
You got to backpedal and like make sure you're good on that end. Like that's the hardest thing.
With quarterbacks that can very casually throw a 60-yard strike.
Right.
Have fun with that.
Good luck.
By far,
by Jameis Winston, by the way.
Yeah, by Jameis Winston. Shador is our only way out because the Giants are so bad anyway. I wanted, you know what? I normally would hate the Shador pick, but I'm just so tired of the Giants being awful.
You want full circus.
I want the circus. Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring the band on. Cowboy fans will hate him.
The band is on the field.
And Shador against the Eagles has done it. As Barkley was shut down and Shador 17 for 21 for 4 TDs. Goodbye, everybody. Anyway, so that's good. NCAA tournament. I think most of the games have been lousy. There's been a couple of great ones.
I got a bad bust, man. You know what the worst part is, Jimmy? You want to talk about confidence killer? I don't listen. Outside of Rutgers a couple times and like a couple marquee matchups that are on at a bar, I don't follow college basketball as much as I should, right? But when March hits, you're like, all right, you know what?
You watch the game.
Give it a shot, you know? And my wife comes up to me and she's like, hey, listen, you know, and just remind you, she works with a bunch of designers and non-sports fans and, you know, just people who don't know shit. So she's like, can you fill out my bracket? We can win this. And I was like, yeah, we will, right? So I fill out this bracket, dude. And when I tell you there's like 28 entries, coming in at 26 is the team name, not Steph's husband. So it made it look like it wasn't even me, but it's me, and I suck.
My mother is ahead of me in our family pool. So I'm a complete, although my final, I got
Florida winning it all. So
I have 5 of my final 8 in it, and I have all 4 of my final 4. But I think I have Florida, that too. But I have Florida winning it. So
do I.
If everybody, a lot of people have Florida winning it. So
but I got them beating Duke. That's another big thing.
Right,
so
I know I'm not going to do well in the family pool because half the people have Florida, so they're all going to move up with me. So you're always better off having the. I took a chance. I was awful. The Maryland game was great. The running one-hander there at the end of the game by a freshman. And a freshman. Then I watched Cooper Flagg. A freshman dominate. I watched Queen on Maryland dominate.
Flagg's the consensus.
And Rutgers had 2 guys, and they won 15 games. And
Flagg is the consensus #1 pick, right? Is that what everybody
says?
Yes. Okay.
The drop off between 1 and 2, it's like Joe Rogan, Jimmy Palumbo Show. That's the drop off there.
God damn.
Please, I don't want to hear it. I was rooting against St. John's for one reason. So I was like, because I'm like, they're getting all the articles in the paper and we stink.
They earned it.
Totally. Please, they stunk 2 years ago.
But I was telling my dad the other day, I was like, man, I'm really getting old, or like the fact that like they're like it's a hell of a coaching battle between Calipari and Patino. I'm like, damn, they're still fucking going and they're still in the tournament and they're still amazing. It's like, but they've been coaching since I was like 3, if not less.
And here's another thing. This just came in. I don't know how news. My brother texted me about an hour ago. Our best up and coming player for Rutgers basketball, Somerville,
Declare
freshman.
for the NBA.
He entered the portal. The Colonia kid, Durkak, entered the portal. So we're losing the Colonia kid.
They were Rutgers commits?
No, Somerville played last year as a freshman. He was great.
Wait, so the kid played already for Rutgers.
Yes.
He's out of Somerville. And he entered the portal.
His last name is Somerville.
Oh, shit. I'm thinking like, he's a Jersey kid.
No. Lathan.
So two freshmen that played with the Rutgers
team. No,
team.
Durkak is a junior.
All right, well then fuck him then, because it's
so
like if he's
gone.
transferring at this point, who cares? But like,
listen, I like the kid. I like Durkak. I think he's a nice kid. I just don't think he's, he'd be a great 8th man off the bench. Sad to see him go because I liked him. I like the style he played, but if he had 3 more inches and 25 more pounds, he'd be fine. Somerville, though, was a beast at the end. He was she said he was a beast at the end, and he's in the portal. So we have no players. I mean, Chris Gucci is our starting guard as of right now. Okay, and that means I have to show up to guard Gucci and shut him down.
You know what he's gonna say to you. He's like, I could drop 50 on Jimmy.
I can drop 50 on you. No, he can't.
I could beat him in a race.
So
Rutgers that's the early days of Chop Sports. He was challenging people as a 39, 40-year-old man to races out front of Chop Studio. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You're going to tear a quad.
I watched him play softball. He stinks. And you were even worse.
You're not wrong.
And then I was awful.
Yeah,
I didn't get a hit the first 5 games.
That's true.
That we don't talk about that Chop Sports softball team. There were some interesting people there.
There
was more some people. I don't mind drinking during a game. People had like a handle of vodka. That one girl brought like a handle of vodka on the bench. You remember that? I forget her name.
Oh yeah, Liz.
Oh, don't say her name. I didn't want to.
She's happily married now. She's cleaned herself up. She's good to go.
All right.
But
she wasn't good to go. Anybody brings a handle of Tito's to a softball game?
Those girls, listen, between Liz, it was Ashley, it was Stansky. They all came in hitting nuclear bombs to the pitcher's mound.
and then there was that one girl or guy in the outfield. I don't know what was going on there. There was somebody I didn't know what was happening there. Playing right center. I didn't. Anyway, that was a one and done season there for me.
We only signed it to a 1-year contract, so that after it expired, we're like clubhouse guy.
Someday when they do the softball, baseball card on me, they're gonna be like, he played 1 year with Chop Sports.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I think I'm so down on Rutgers right now. I don't know what it is. Every day there's another article about either a player we had is doing well. It's everybody has their moment in the sun except us. And I think, and someone helped me with this, do a deep dive. I did a little bit. I was on the Big Ten website. Like all of our teams stink. Like the golf team, the gymnastic team. Like
Rutgers wrestling is good.
The 3 wrestlers are really. Our wrestling team is our best sport. We're 6th in the Big Ten. I'm tired of it.
Can we get out of the Big Ten? Is that a possibility?
No, there's millions of dollars being made there. The bottom line is, I think since 1983, Rutgers University is the worst Power 5 sports team by far. And if anybody can prove me wrong on that, you got to be in a Power 5. You got to play regular schedule. Like if Rutgers had a chess team, they'd be like, oh, what a checkmate here with 6 seconds ago. Like if they played cornhole, we'd stink. I mean, like Rutgers pickleball struggling here. Northwestern really turning it on. We don't win. Rutgers sports, I love it. I reek of it. I love Rutgers sports. But we stink. We don't win.
Tell us more how much you love Rutgers.
Listen, I'm telling you, Pat Volkamer's going to love this.
Terrible fan.
No, I'm not. Rutgers is terrible to me. They give no enjoyment, And I'm on suicide watch on 287 where there's no lights on 287. I got to drive home. It swings way out to Pennsylvania. Rutgers loses again. I might go to a baseball game. Okay. I might go to a baseball game because my buddy Mark DeCarlo's nephew plays for Washington, and they play Rutgers this weekend. I'm going to go there. Now, What are the odds that Rutgers puts a hammer down on Washington? 0. I guarantee I'm going to go there. I'm going to do a live. What are you doing Saturday? I'm going to get you down.
Oh, shit. What time? Yeah, let me know.
I don't even know what time the game's on. I'm going to try to go to a game, maybe Sunday afternoon. And I'm going to be like, we're going to be sitting there like two boobs, and we're going to stink. Makes me insane. Anyway, I'm just down on Rutgers. But Yankees opening day. I know. I'm just being, even on the Facebook pages, they all hate me there. I'm like,
I know. I know because I have to run your social media. I don't look at anything. All I see is every time there's notifications up, I don't click on them. I don't get in your business. But all of a sudden, it's like somebody commented on Rutgers group. Somebody commented on Rutgers group.
Because I just can't take. You know what? I feel like I'm in that movie Network. I want to open up the window and be like, I can't take it anymore. I should do it. You know what? I should do a fake video of me sticking out the window going, I can't, what's the line he says? I can't even know the line from the movie. Anyway, opening day, Thursday.
Stan's opening at 9:30 in the morning, by the way.
Yes, and I have, it's sad. I have a booking on Thursday for that project that I'm not allowed to talk about. Nice. It's a voiceover thing. And I got to drive out to Long Island.
Oof.
And I'll probably leave at 6 a.m. because I don't want to deal with it. I can't get near. If I get stuck in Yankee,
leave early enough.
if I get stuck in Yankee Stadium opening day traffic and I'm not going to the game, I'll lose. But that might be the break.
That might be the breaking point.
That'll be it. So anyway, but I'm excited about the Yankees. Of course, there's something about opening day. I used to go with my dad and my brother. I don't know what it is. I know people. Opening day baseball, we discussed this a couple weeks ago when spring started. And there's something about opening day baseball, I can't figure it out. I don't know if it's the green lawn. There's just something about Yankee Stadium on opening day is awesome. I've not. You feel like you're 10 years old. I don't know.
Yeah, it brings you back. It nostalgias the hell out of you. It just makes you feel like better weather's on the horizon. Right. You're getting out of this nasty yesterday. It was a Monday. It was dreary. It was raining. Miserable. It was garbage. And I was like, I hate everybody right now. I have no positive thoughts in my head right now. None. And
my favorite thing to do is at Yankee games now is number one, I go real early now because it's like if I'm going to go, I'm off for the day. I go to stands where like they're just opening up. The guy's unlocking the door and I'm waiting outside. And I go there. But you know what I love doing? Sitting with a bunch of guys or just one guy. It don't matter. I like getting a big bag of peanuts and a cold beer, and I love just staring straight out at the game and just getting peanuts all over my face, all over my shirt, and talking about who's playing left field for the Yankees this year. I love that. I don't want to talk about the music on the background and what shell game's going to win. I hate all that stuff.
Oh man, you're a treat.
But on another note, on a sad note, I don't know, for some reason this really bothered me. We got such bad news, Yankee Land, with Brett Gardner's kid, Miller. And now I'm hearing it was from like food poisoning. Could that be?
They all got 14 sick. Years old, man. 14 years old on vacation, nonetheless. It is probably the worst article and story you can read. And that was the biggest part of it when they were like, we're searching for answers. We're angry, when they don't know what was going on.
Because other family members were ill as well, but this whatever did caught them asphyxia. I don't know. It was just, and listen, I used to be Brett Gardner. The reason why it makes me laugh, I was always very hard on him because every year it was like, okay, we need to get a guy to replace Brett Gardner. Then it was 3 years later. Okay, we need to have a guy in free agency to replace Brett Gardner. And then once he got into his like 10th year, I was like, I think Brett Gardner should start. The other guys stink. and then I was like, at one point, I remember on the show, he's retired a while. I mentioned like, talk about a compiler. If you go to like all-time Yankee stats, he's in the top 20 of like all of them.
Everything.
It's like triples, double, like, not in the top 5. He's not, he's all these stats. And he was angry that the Yankees didn't
guy, man. He was a clubhouse guy, and he was the fire. That meme of him just taking the bat and just slamming it over the roof, going bing, 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 bing. And the umpires are like, shut the fuck up. And he's like, bing, bing, bing.
And he also was the kind of guy that you watch him, was like, yeah, this guy stinks. And then all of a sudden, whenever the Yankees had a rally, he was like the poor man's Jeter. When Jeter was a rookie in his second year, or more his rookie year, I guess, because they won it. I used to say before we knew who Jeter was, I remember saying, hey, this guy Jeter, whenever the Yankees, he's always on. He's always leading off second. He draws a walk. And Brett Gardner became that way. Whenever Gardner had something going on, a steal, a base hit, a bunt, whatever it was always a rally, and then the big guns would hit a 3-run homer or something. He was a little catalyst with that. But just to go away on vacation with his beautiful wife and his other son and to eat I hope this food poisoning and you get sick and die. It takes over your body.
I mean, look, you hear that kind of shit all the time. Like when you go to like Mexico or something, like don't drink the water, right? They're like, oh, okay. So like, you never know. Like
it was in Costa Rica, so you can't. So
no
as I'm concerned, why? I'm telling you right now, and Costa Rica does not. Their tourism department doesn't sponsor my show. You'll never see me go to Costa Rica because I'll be like, oh, you go there and you die like Brett Gardner's kid. You can't, you know what? Go to St. Louis. I don't understand like all these different traveling places. Costa Rica.
Listen, listen. There are destinations where you can go and they've Americanized everything and everything's good. Like my favorite place to go is Aruba. Aruba is the greatest.
Okay, Aruba though is British.
That's true too.
Okay,
so it's not really like Caribbean.
English, Aruba, bad example.
All right.
So right there,
I'm just trying. Listen, I'm just my father, my bonus mom barrier going to fucking Aruba in a couple weeks, and I don't want to think about. I wonder if they're going to eat something bad.
The approved places to go on my list are Bermuda, British or French, whatever the hell, British, I think, and also Aruba, Mexico, Puerto Rico, all those Bahamas over there. Gone. They're a mess. They're filthy, except for the resort. But where do you think they get their water from? And where do they get their shellfish from? Some guy named Padre in downtown. Please. And forget about going to Haiti. Donate money to Haiti. Send bottled water to them. Please. Your son died from eating a bad clam? It's ridiculous. So sad. I feel very bad for the Gardner family. On other news, Monday, there are tryouts here at Shea for the SAG-AFTRA softball team. Now,
what?
SAG-AFTRA plays in the big park, Central Park. I played in the league for 7 years.
Did you really?
It was tough. The performing art, it's called the Performer Arts League. I was tough, and I was a young Johnny Trino, and I haven't played in a while. But the last few years, they just started up again with the pandemic being gone. You have to go to these tryouts. And the last time I went, a year before the tryout, the guy was like, hey, Jimmy, thanks. Like, no callback, no nothing. And I was like, and it turns out,
smack.
But I was the best. I was like the third best player there. And it turns out I emailed the guy. I go, hey, you can't tell me I didn't make the top 15. Like, you need 15 guys. Like, I ran a softball team for 30 years. I know. He's like, oh, Jimmy, that we had to put that in the we had to do that because SAG says you have to make everybody, but none of our team was even there. I'm like, wait a minute. So like, Johnny Trino showed up at a softball thing that was not, I was slicing the ball down the line, hustling in a second.
Interesting.
So now I'm going back just to redeem myself, which will be exciting. And plus the Mawa League starting up in a couple months
at the Pop Bellies.
But I also this morning, I had an audition for New York Lotto. I can talk about it, I guess. I can't say what I did in the spot. I had an audition for New York Lotto, and the best thing.
You never know.
Well, that was.
Or was that New Jersey Lotto?
I was the voice of New York Lotto for 2 years, and it was. Are you ready if it happens to you? That was me. Made a lot of money doing that. There you go, base hit the center.
Wow.
And there's
that's more than a base hit. Like,
and there's nothing better when you drive into New York City, and on the way home you get the text. Call back. Tomorrow.
Yeah, let's go. Hey, hold on. Here we go. Oh, no, wait.
Palumbo checks in. New York Lotto short jumper. Yes, Alex. What I'm talking about. So yes, I have a call back tomorrow.
Mike Breen.
That's exciting.
Bang! Knicks take a 1-point lead.
There you go, Mike Breen for you. Bang!
And also, if I book the damn thing, I won't be able to do the show next Tuesday. Good evening, everybody. That'll be the great. All I want to do is get out of doing this show.
Oh, wow.
So does Dave. Dave, nobody wants to do the show. Not even
That's
me.
not true.
Yes, you were. You're like, oh.
I was pumped to do the show today. I had the video ready to go, loaded, all this other shit.
I love when Dave. I love when Dave acts like a producer. It's so exciting here.
Acts like a producer. Oh my!
I even got you and another friend of mine, Anthony Grasso, actor, teacher, said, I want to do a podcast. First thing I said was, you got to call Dave Sturcio at Chop Sports, which his logo on my show is bigger than mine. So you got to call Dave. The producer has to take a beating here. That's how I'm wearing my merch hat, the 706. And that's that. But of course,
actually, you know what, Jimmy? Take off next week. I got a replacement for you. Tyson Hogan's going to jump on. It's going to be Tyson and Sergio show.
You know what? Next week we're gonna let's have Tyson Hogan on. Tyson,
I'm on. Let's go.
Post in the comment if you want to come on the show. We'll have him and Darryl Clark come on real quick together. Say hello to my audience.
Let's do it.
And make sure the check clears when you say the Patreon. I'm totally gonna have them on. That's a great idea. Every 3 weeks we have a Patreon member on. Why did I think of that? I
don't know.
But of course, the problem with my Patreon people is, Dave, especially at the Hogan family, and their carpets are filthy at home. And what they need to do, Dave, they need to go to top of the screen right next to the huge Chop Sports logo is OxyMagicUSA.com. That's right. Listen, if your carpets are filthy, call these guys up. Talk to Tom and Natalie. This stuff dries in 2 hours. It's all green, EPA cleared, all that stuff. They got a bunch of locations nationwide. If you want to clean carpets, they have 0% financing. Dave and I very close to that as always. And this place is really great. They did my carpets, Dave carpets. I don't think they're that expensive.
No.
And they do a nice job. It's quick. They're in and out. They help you move the furniture out of the way. They know what they're doing.
They killed my cat. They killed my cats, but I was like, whatever.
That's okay. We don't need it. Cats don't count. So OxyMagicUSA.com. OXYMagicUSA.com. I'll be playing pickleball with Tom on Thursday, our final indoor league. He spanked me last time. You know what? Maybe on the last game of the season, when you're 6 games out, you're already out of the playoffs, you bounce somebody. That's a
dangerous man right there. Nothing to lose.
Strong pickleball. So that's that. What else we got here? So how was your weekend, Dave?
My weekend was great, actually. Friday afternoon, I was able to sign my first contract of my career. So that was
that's wonderful.
Interesting. I got to sign with Triller TV, which is formerly Fight TV. I'll be doing a pilot with my co-host, Josh Chernoff, who we've done a lot of stuff together. So that was my weekend starter, and really just kind of carried from that. And it was very quiet. I took my daughter and son to the park on Saturday, played a little baseball.
Really? Did you really?
You saw it.
I'm happy for you. All your clips.
You said that the pitcher got shelled or stinks or whatever.
Yeah, because you look fat and slow. Shoving. Miles was like,
man, you were brutal.
You're boring. Miles was like, Miles texted me 3 times. I can hit my
so dad. Funny though. I told Miles to be the catcher, and he didn't know what the hell he was doing. So I was like, go behind Stella, but far enough so if she does a bat flip for whatever reason, you don't get pelted. And he does. He tries to catch like this. He just puts his hand in front of his face. So fucking funny.
Well, he'll be like you in softball.
Yeah. Run like he's got 2 left feet.
My weekend, I was in Inglewood, New Jersey all weekend. Why was I in Inglewood from 9 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah, well, I was getting live updates from and live updates and live streams that you were sending me.
Yeah, she's going to send your. My daughter's sending videos to your daughter's dancing now, so she said she would send even more, which is cute. But I was in Inglewood at the Bergen Pack, where the King Center Dance Academy was in a competition all weekend. The USTD, United States USDT, United States Dance Tournament. Listen, dance competitions. I thought my daughter did wonderful, and I mean that. She was she looked beautiful. She nailed her group dances, and she nailed her duo. She placed for the first time doing her duo. First time doing a duo. For Dave, that means it's only 2 people on stage. And then her solo. Her solo. Well, you're a solo guy. You don't like
now.
Shit. Wait do you see how Josh Chernoff and you don't get along in 2 years? Like,
nah, he's my guy.
I'm like kidding. But her solo was wonderful. Her other dances, she just looked great. She had a great job. She was smiling after the show, and that was really cool. However, The dads had to set up a stage thing before one of the big production numbers. Dude, I felt like I worked for Madison Square Garden, day game, 1 o'clock Knicks,
Changing
8 o'clock
over
Ranger
to
game.
ice.
There was clamps and everything. And at one point, I knew my daughter had to be one of them that runs over the stage, this metal stage. And they bought it so they can use it until the end of time now. And the one guy, I didn't trust the guy doing the stairs. Like, I was like, hey, bro, if you were there, like if Stella was in the group, you would have been just like me. I was like, hey, bro, you're securing those stairs, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, no, my daughter's going to be running over those. Like, I was totally the dad, like, you can't fumble this. Like, I don't want to hear.
You were the project manager.
I was like, no, everything has to be. There's kids dancing on this thing from age 5 to age 18, and some of them are big right-handers out of Texas. So you got to make sure this thing is secured, ready to go. It was just May. It took us like 40 minutes because we did it before the lunch break, and then the owner comes over and says, "Okay, guys, that was good for the first time, but the next competition, you have 12 minutes to set that up."
now you're a pit crew.
12 minutes. There's 170 people on stage trying to put this together. It was like live Jenga. But we got it done. There's so much news. We got Patreon, callbacks for New York Lotto, and of course, tonight at 9 o'clock on Disney Plus, Jimmy Palumbo finally, after saying wrong information on Facebook, I will be on Daredevil Born Again, which is a great show. I'm really enjoying it myself, but I will be making my debut on Daredevil I think I'm in the second show, so it'll be really 10 o'clock. But once it's up there forever. So I don't know what I'm doing in it. I don't know.
Well, I was going to ask you, like, I mean, you're seen.
But, dude, it went through a producer turmoil. They got rid of people.
I understand that, but I'm saying you shot. You know what you shot.
I know what we shot.
Right. So what did you shoot?
That's like saying, I know I did my podcast, but I don't know what Dave Sturcho is going to put up on Instagram. It'll probably be something he's mostly talking, but still. Every time you post something, I'm like, I didn't realize Dave had his own show.
That's actually wrong. That's actually wrong. Listen, Dave, it's a little self-serving, but I will say, no. First of all, I always find, 3 or 4 gem of clips, and it just so happens that sometimes I'm the one talking more.
Okay,
it's just a happenstance. Okay. It's not like, how can I get on?
How
can I get on Jimmy Palumbo's social media right now?
It's happenstance day here in the stadium. I am Jimmy Palumbo alongside my broadcast buddy.
Jesus Christ!
I do know when you post yourself on my show that there's Dave doing it. No, but no, I'm excited about this. So Dave and I. We decided I'm going to be, after it airs, I'm going to shoot it horizontally on my tripod. Then I'm going to shoot it vertically. And then we're going to see if we can, next week, we're going to run it. On the, maybe we'll use it as a promo. So all my 4 listeners, make sure you watch it tonight. It's on Disney Plus. Drop the $9 for a week and then you can get rid of it.
$9 a week. But, first of all, it's a month.
And
if you're real smart, you get the bundle like I got. It's Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus, all for like $13 a month.
And there's like 40 commercials a minute.
No, dude, don't get me started. I finished Landman last night, and I'm like, they're like, it broke the commercial, and you could see the counter in the corner of how long it's gonna be. That's like 4 minutes of commercials. I was like, dude, and you can't fast forward them. And it's like, what the fuck?
You know what I do? Well, I live alone.
Walk away?
No, if I have dishes to clean, I'm like, minute 45. Let me get
usually are my pee breaks. Yeah.
But the problem is a lot of times I'm slouched on the couch and I'm like, by the time I say, hey, let me do something, it's a minute 10 left.
Right. And then now you're up against the gun.
Horrible. But speaking of Landman,
great ending.
I must say it again. I think in the history of television, there is what a tremendous offensive show, not offensive like offense, because you have the best receiver in the league, his daughter. You have the veteran receiver who's in the Hall of Fame, Allie Lauder. Then you have this free safety lawyer girl who hasn't missed a tackle yet.
And then on top of that, last couple episodes, you got Jerry Jones coming out of nowhere. By the way, great moment, which was just a fantastic thing. And then you got the Jones family because it's Demi Moore, and it's like you thought you saw the last of her, and you did not.
Then, and all of a sudden Demi Moore casually hits a 3-pointer wide open shot. Who's that guy in the Lakers? Always hit the big shots at the buzzer. Oh God,
Derek Fisher.
No. Yeah, he always hit big shots. Anyway, yeah. So you got Demi Moore, Ali Larter, Michelle Randolph, and the hot lawyer girl. Watch it.
Yeah.
And
they casted that show very well. Strategically, very well.
I think that's four starters.
I'm drawing a blank. I'm drawing a blank of the guy who shows up in the last episode, the Italian-looking dude.
Oh, that's
what's his name?
Oh my God.
I was sitting there. I'm like, oh, it's Antonio Banderas.
No, it's like that. No, it's the other guy.
Enrico Palazzo. No, there's something.
Why'd
when
you
he
do
shows
that to me?
I know, because when he shows up, because he's a legend. I've seen him a million things.
And I don't want to ruin it for everybody. It's a very good.
Yeah,
Andy
Garcia. Thank you, Tyson.
Tyson, will you do the show next week? No, me and you will do it, and Dave will just do the producing on it. Hit the horn button.
That's all I do is hit the fucking horn button.
Also, the daughter on Landman is also the daughter on 1923, but they have her made up.
So here's the funniest thing in the world. Listen, I finished Landman this morning on the Stairmaster. There was only I was like, where did I leave off? Because I did pass out, right? I passed out with no bullshit. 9 minutes to go, right? And I'm like, shit. So, but when I woke up, I looked at my wife, who's also just waking up, and she goes, "This is a completely different show."
Are you waiting to the next show?
My God! I was like, and it was 1923, and I'm like, what am I watching right now? I have no idea. So yeah, I watched it today, but funny.
Did you watch Yellowstone?
No, I should.
Those of you scoring at home, you got Yellowstone takes place now. Then they did a show called 1923, which is self-explanatory. And then they did one called 1888, which took place so you have the great-great-grandfather of Kevin Costner and stuff like that. So 1923, you got great cast. 1923 is great. But the daughter in that show, it's the girl on Landman. She's favorite.
A future star. All right. So wait. Speaking of, we're such creeps. In a March Madness bracket, to the finals they go. It's none other than Florida, which is Landman daughter, right? Versus Duke, historic franchise, Margot Robbie, who wins. Yeah. Now we're talking here. Now it's getting the spread is a point and a half.
I'll tell you exactly what it is. There's a little more speed, the Landman's daughter, okay?
Mm.
But Robbie called for the ball. She's like the girl on Maryland. Tell the coach, give the ball to me. I'm sending her to the Sweet 16. Margot Robbie can do no wrong.
None. Zero.
And you're forgetting. Margot, wait a minute though. No, actually it's Margot Robbie easily because you're forgetting she was in the movie with
Leo
DiCaprio.
Yeah, Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, so
that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the Suicide Squad. I'm talking about her and that. I did not see Barbie. I didn't see Barbie.
Okay. Do me a favor. When your family goes away for the weekend or something, don't tell anybody what you're doing. Just watch Barbie, and you're going to be like, "Oh my God, this is 90 minutes of Margot Robbie on the screen, and it's
in the brightest colors ever.
In the brightest colors. Yeah. Oh, your heart will go
like
pit a
Wonka
pan.
Factory.
It's I think Barbie's top 4 movies of all time. All it is Margot Robbie. It's like watching those videos. You know what it's like? You can watch John Carlos Stanton hit home runs on YouTube, or you can watch Barbie. It's the same entertainment value. Deep speed, strong. Margot Robbie holds the ball up. Anyway,
she's one of those that toy with you with the ball bombing it and
please.
shit.
Oh my God. She's like Michael Vick, Virginia Tech playing Rutgers.
Wow.
Which, by the way,
before the dogs.
No, you have no idea what he did against Rutgers.
No, dude, I know. And his brother Marcus went nuts too.
Not like Michael.
Michael, no.
Michael Vick's the only time I'm about to make a bold statement. Michael Vick's, now we've lost 80-0. We've gotten blown out many times. Michael Vick was the only player that I watched as a Rutgers fan where sitting in my seats, I was like, oh, hey, we can't stop that guy. In other words, it was like unfair. It looked like if I was playing touch football with Miles and Stella and Natalie, like me and you versus them, that's how overmatched Rutgers was with only one player. Total domination. I mean, creep at the end with the dogs, but still. Anyway, now on other news, did you watch the show Adolescence yet?
I did not. I was told it's fantastic, but in the worst way possible. You know what I mean? Like it's I need to watch
First of all, you gotta understand.
Now you're in film, so like you would know this, but like my stepmom's told me that it's like they don't stop following the person.
When they yell action,
they don't stop.
The whole show, each episode is shot in one take.
Right. That's cool.
So
I gotta watch.
And they drive away. Like they're in their kitchen. They go to the car. They drive away. It's the guy must get on top of the car. It's amazing. However,
the story behind it's a little rough.
It's brutal. And the ending, the last episode, man. Ooh, you're gonna relate to it as a dad. You really are. I was. You know, you start.
Me and my wife still. We're one of the last ones to still watch American Idol. Well, and when those auditions are happening, and I'm like, I hate this fucking show because I'm crying like a fucking. You will. But I tell you what, I'm trying to sum up what this show is. No, I would never do that. It's a show you'll only watch once. You will, if you're going through the dials. It's not like Shawshank Redemption or Hoosiers. When you see this show 2 years from now, after you're done watching it, and this show comes up, you can't hit the forward button fast enough. It's like, to me, it's like women WNBA. Like, how fast do I get off this channel? Because it's just. By the way. I'm so sad for Juju, that girl from whatchamacallit, USC tore ACL last night. That was brutal to watch. One of the best players in the country.
Yep, that's anytime someone gets hurt, it stinks. Really does. They've been working. You know, you got to remember these girls been playing. These athletes have been playing since they're 5 years old.
Right.
Really competitive since they're 11, and then boom, one night. But you know what? They come back from those things now.
Sure.
But I admit I got embarrassed by the fact that I was watching some news program, and I got to watch the first women's hockey professional league score her first goal. Okay, I got it. Listen, if you want to call me sexist.
Wait, there's a pro hockey women's league?
And it's televised.
Oh,
okay.
God.
So I am a playoff only Ranger fan. Okay?
Sure.
I watched total NHL this year 4 minutes. Okay. In the last decade, no playoffs. I've watched an hour of regular season NHL hockey. Now you're asking me to watch women's professional hockey. It's on ESPN or one of those networks. I'm so sorry. That league, I'm not just, are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me?
I mean, look, the only thing I could say is it drives women to stride after college. Like if you're in college, you're playing hockey, go nuts.
I'm not saying the league should exist. They just shouldn't put it on
I just hope you sure as shit know it's not the NHL funding it because they can't even stay afloat themselves.
And it shouldn't be, to me, it should be radio only.
Is Bob Pop on the call?
Oh, yeah.
And the girls are here wearing
Michelle
right to
Smith
left on your dial.
Along the near side passes, I don't know. I just find that. You ever watch? Oh, God, I'm so wrong here. See, this is what I got to watch.
Well, see, you're catching yourself here, so just be careful. Tread lightly.
Okay. Like women's golf. Okay. When the girl has beautiful form and she hits a nice little drive that looks like something I can do. I know they're good from the short game.
First of all, you can't.
Listen
you
to
can't.
Me. Do you realize where the women's tees are? Let me give you an example.
It don't matter. I guarantee you.
Okay.
I'll make a bold statement right now.
You better than me.
You can't drive farther than a girl if you hit it twice. How about that?
Oh, you're wrong, bro.
Oh, I'm right. I'm very right. A girl golfer can go to let's just say go to the driving range, smack once. You need it smack twice to get her range.
Dude, you couldn't be more wrong. Oh my God.
Now you're a fucking legendary golfer.
No, I stink in golf. I'm
right. So then, like what? These girls are good.
But off the tee?
Yes.
You ever see a pro golfer?
Yes, I was live. Me, my brother, and my father went to one.
This isn't Serena Williams playing tennis, bro.
I'm well aware.
Dude, 2 shots?
Two
I
shots.
guarantee you.
That's my father. My father's one of his best jokes is that he couldn't hit it out of the ballpark if it hit it twice.
Listen to me. If I played 18 holes of golf with a pro golfer, women's golfer, I would hit a further ball off the tee 12 times on the 18. However, I'll shoot a 112 and she'll shoot an 85.
I don't buy
off the tee. I'll hit. But anyway, I find the sports. I'm not anti-women.
We're gonna get thrown off the air for.
No, I don't like this.
Who knows what?
But the sport that should be on every night is NCAA women's college softball. That is by far.
That could be its own major league play.
Yes,
1,000%.
It would do. You know why?
First of all, and I don't know how it happens like this, but they all, most of the pitchers look like Landman's daughter.
Oh,
and they're fucking beautiful.
And they're 30 feet away from the mound, and they're throwing rockets.
Rockets.
And the men don't play it that way. It's a different game. It's engaging. It's great. And stuff like that. So
we've all seen A League of Their Own. It was perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
I still stand on that. I'll die on the hill that Dottie Henson dropped the ball on purpose. So Kit wouldn't offer so.
See that Dottie Henson day here at Shane. Also, you know what? A documentary I'm watching, that Twitter documentary.
No, what is that?
It's about the history of Twitter. You'll love it.
I would love it. Yeah, no, I love that kind of shit.
It's
where is it on?
It's either Fox News or CNN or MSNBC. I forget which one. Honestly, I don't know. It's on. I recorded it on my DVR.
Oh, so it's not like Netflix or something.
I had no idea how it really all started. I no clue. Fascinated by that.
And then fucking Elon ruined it all.
Yeah, but they're talking about the early days, and of course, South by Southwest stuff and all.
And I forever look. Everybody knows I'm a registered Republican. I voted for Trump, all that shit. Right. It's not breaking news. But what I will say is Elon Musk is on my shit list because of the fact that Twitter went down on NFL free agency day, right? So I couldn't get any information for like 3 hours. I was losing my shit.
You didn't want to hear about
Elon, you piece of shit. Get your shit together.
Jameis Winston.
Right.
But anyway, check that out. The Twitter documentary is really cool. But of course, Dave, listen, I needed some cornhole issues on the weekend, going to a dance competition. Oh, by the way, there was a margarita bar 6 feet from the entrance of the Bergen Pack.
You're that drunk, Dad?
I didn't discover it until, by the way, I got the NCAA games are on. I'm sitting at a bar, and I do like a margarita, no salt on the rocks. And next thing you know, like I had two. The first two went down real easy, and then I looked at my watch. I'm like, oh my God, my daughter goes on in 7 minutes. I told the guy, hey, I'm going to leave my stuff here. I gotta go watch I went into the other room, watched my daughter dance, ran back to the margarita bar. Everybody knows if you live up in Bergen County, it's right next to the Bergen Pack. And I sat there and had my third margarita, and then it hit me. I said, Jimmy, you had a big meal. I ate, so I'm not drunk, but like you can't be on your fourth.
I think my favorite text from you was the following. I think it was yesterday morning. Like, I'm still at dance. You were there overnight. And I was like, oh my God.
It was long. But listen, if you are a big fan of cornhole, Dave,
sure,
and your boards are
almost cornhole season, and you know what? Cornhole season starts on Thursday, boys and girls. We're at Yankee Stadium. You play cornhole in the parking lot.
There you go. No, you don't. So,
why not?
What did you just say? See, this is why. This is an age gap thing. I hope my brother's listening to this.
What? You don't do any
Did
activities
you just say it's opening day at Yankee Stadium and we play cornhole in the parking lot in the Bronx?
There to tailgate, right? I don't go to the parking garage like a loser like you would. I go to the river lot where there's parties happening at every truck, and you play some cornhole. What the fuck? Or you play catch, or you play throw a football around, whatever. I'm trying to promote your stupid cornhole thing, and you're getting on me.
Listen to me.
Sorry, Caprio, my bad.
You
not
don't
stupid,
go.
It's great.
You go to no.
What do you want me to go to batting practice, Jimmy? What do you want?
No, you go to the Bronx. You go to Stands or that other
we're doing all that.
It's
a 3 o'clock start.
There's no cornhole. Are you crazy?
You know what? You're just gonna lose your. You know what? Hey, Caprio, you want to sponsor any of my shows? I'll gladly put you over during the cornhole playing.
Listen.
Yeah.
If you have a bad barbecue on a Saturday afternoon, you set the cornhole up in the backyard, and with your dad, you toss a few things in. The kids come over. That's cornhole. But if your board's crooked, you got to go to cornholelevel.com.
That's right.
Right here. I got the Rutgers one, make it thing. But you don't go to a Yankee opening day and play.
I'm not saying that's
cornhole.
what you're going
Oh,
for.
my
I'm just
God.
saying that's what you
That
could do.
You know what? If the Village people wore whatever that line is from Beer League, oh my God, I can't wait to. My brother's listening right now. He's going to be
What?
like, nobody plays cornhole at a Yankee
First of all,
game.
all right, you know what? Not for nothing, but when you're walking around the Rutgers parking lot, when we're all tailgating,
That's a football game.
It's the same
parking lot.
shit.
No,
You're
it's
tailgating.
not. This is Yankee Stadium. It's the Bronx. Nobody brings cornhole. Oh my God!
I think you're out of touch on that one, but
no,
that's just me.
no.
And then meanwhile, he's making burgers on the parking deck.
Why don't you go football on the grass, cornhole? I
Sure,
don't mind that.
do that too.
No. You go to stands. That's what
I'm
you do.
going to stands. I'm doing it all. I'm going there. I'm going to get the Bronx at 10 o'clock. I got 5 hours to kill. Trust me.
I'll be on the LIE.
Yeah. Enjoy your fucking audition.
Cornholelevel.com. It's a booking.
Whatever.
Also, in other news,
more news.
I got to give a shout out to.
I got to move my truck soon. Hurry up.
I know. I got to pick up my daughter. I got to shout out to Absolute Eyewear for taking care of my mom yesterday. Of course, they're a longtime sponsor of the show. 42 Main Street, Woodbridge, New Jersey, 732-326.
Eyes.
There we go. Dave with a quick 3 off the timeout. 732-326-3937. Thank you, Johnine and Craig. My mother was there yesterday, and she's hobbling around now with the hip thing, and they got her going with her glasses. So a big shout out to Absolute Eyewear. And speaking of Absolute Eyewear, Janine's niece, in quotes, Madison Palumbo, made her debut on Waco NBC affiliate.
WNBC. Yeah, no, she was great. She was great.
It was so good to see her up there. Tyson Hogan, so funny. It was great to see her up there. Then they did a whole little promo for her.
She covered. You know, it was so funny though.
Now, what did you think of the cowboy thing? I would have said.
What cowboy thing?
Oh, you didn't see the.
All I saw was the Elon Musk Tesla thing.
Okay,
she's covering the Cowboys.
No.
Oh,
she was back on the panel. And they were like, welcome, blah, blah, blah. She goes, oh, yeah. And you're a big sports fan. And all of a sudden, you're from New Jersey. How are you going to handle, being out here in cowboy country? And she was like, I'm a Giant fan. I'm not rooting for the Cowboys. And I was like, oh, I wouldn't have done that.
Oh.
I was like right in the Cowboy or Baylor place. But what would you have done? So if you took a job, say you were a Giant fan and you took a job in Waco, would you have said, I'm not rooting for the Cowboys?
Dude, first of all, ask Stephen Diddy about my interview with the Giants.
Well, you told him that.
I told him I was a Cowboy fan.
And that's why you're not working for the Giants anymore.
Well, I got the job. I was still interning.
That casually cost you $1 million.
I will say this. I saw.
But what would you have done? Would you have, if you took a job at a news station?
I would play along. I would probably play along and say, well, I'll see what I can do. You know what I mean? Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like something loose like that. But to just blurt out that you're not going to root for the Cowboys. Kudos to Madison.
I
will not help you move back into Jersey after you get fired. She did great. No, she did. She delivered a great story. It was so funny though.
She sounded good. Everything was good.
She looked good, sound good. Yeah,
she's got to run out and get out. They got to. You wake up in the morning, you find out what you got to do. You go, you come back. It's
the funny part was though. I saw she posted something, and I think she was in like a beekeeper's outfit. Right. And I'm like, where the fuck? And then she's like, I think her caption was like on assignment or something like that. Like she's gonna do some kind of beekeeping thing. First thing I thought of was Jim Carrey, where he had to go cover the Niagara Falls and he just didn't want nothing to do with it. She's like in a bee thing, like I'm here with all the bees. You know what I mean? It's like, what are we doing here?
That's great.
Great.
It's really cool. She's only gonna get better and better, and she'll be. It's just a great learning thing. NBC affiliate, really cool. Madison Palumbo, once again, Jimmy Palumbo, the liaison, when it bounced past the Madison and Chop Sports.
Yeah, no, I listen. I said it last night. Steph, my wife, overheard me listening to her story. Right? She's like, "Who is that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's Madison." And it's Madison. Yeah. She interned at Chop, and then she went to Syracuse, finished up there. Then she got a job with the Panthers. Then she got a job in Waco, Texas. I gotta say, I started this. I created this monster. I
Yeah,
did actually.
I totally agree that you and I should take full credit for her career.
100%. None of that hard work bullshit. Like
right, none of that stuff.
That's on
Right.
me. I did that.
And listen, if all three of us were in an income race, you and I are in the we're in the 2 and 3 hole right now.
I'm playing cornhole.
Cornholelevel.com. So good shout out to Madison. Thanks
great.
for coming. And you know what? That doesn't mean you can't come on our show. We'll get her on.
Yeah, don't get too Hollywood out there in Waco. All right.
So maybe when she comes back for the holidays, we'll pop her on for a quick.
Sure.
We'll find out how it is. I never worked at a place like that. Don't forget, if your website sucks, you should go to One Bite Creative. Talk to Brian. OneBiteCreative.com. BIT Creative.com. He's an awesome website guy. You'll love him. He said to give out his number 323-316.
Bold.
8064.
Bold strategy.
Text him and say, hey, I want to, my website sucks. You should go to him. And that should be my website sucks should be the name of a website company. Because he told me mine sucked and now mine looks really good.
Got a comment from a Paul Gallo on Facebook. I just checked Facebook real quick just to see. Sometimes I got to get this figured out, but there's reason I used to be able to see Facebook comments on this thing, and sometimes you can't.
Because with the StreamYard, because you don't pay for the good StreamYard.
You know what's great though? You know what's great with Triller? Huh? They're like, hey, this is this professional. Listen, this is this professional software that we use. We want to give you your own account so you can kind of do your own thing. So coming soon to the Jimmy Palumbo Show.
Jimmy Palumbo Show.
There will be on a new platform, not a new platform. You'll still be on YouTube and shit, but
and you're going to be better at it.
Oh,
This is huge. When does it start?
It started already.
Have you tried the program?
I've looked around at the program. We're using it tomorrow for one of our wrestling shows, just to kind of give it a trial.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it seems to be easily navigated, so we might get rid of StreamYard. Thank God.
And get rid of that, and then you and I will have. You're going to
save about $30.
You're still going to be able to have that. You're going to have that Chop Sports logo in the middle of.
No, it's going to be bigger. Actually, it's going to rotate. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be right front
Chop
center.
Sports presents the Jimmy Palumbo Show. That's what it
not?
should say. Presents.
Does it not?
Yeah, so put it in like you could do. Listen, I'm a complete sellout.
Listen to him. Oh yeah, you could do it. Go ahead, do the thing. Do the thing. I sound like my grandfather.
And then you post, and it'll be like, my brother was like, Jimmy, is that Dave's show or your show?
Please tell me he said that. Please fucking say that he said that.
My brother's yelling at me for, he's you should be talking about Somerville and Durkak. Anyway, don't forget, if you're going to watch the NCAA tournament this weekend, go to Pine Tar Bar and Grill in Forked River, 609-489-4286. And don't forget, if you feel lousy and you want to talk to somebody, call up Lisa Ruane, 201-725-1251. She's a therapist. She'll tell you what to do, blah, 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 and help you out.
Blah, blah, blah.
Well, find out what you need.
Yeah, of course.
Or help you herself. She's just she's a good person. And
5-tool player.
She knows, she's all in. My final four I have, just so you're at home, is Auburn, Florida, Duke, and Kentucky. Very boring choices.
Wow.
There.
Chalk. Very chalk.
Very chalk. Very boring. But I chose like High Point over Purdue and stuff like that.
I had that McNeese team going to the Sweet 16.
You did?
I get the one win, and I thought I was the smartest guy in the world. I was like, look at me, motherfucker. I am going to win this thing. And then they get smoked by Purdue.
So that's it. So big callback tomorrow.
Good luck, Jimmy.
On Thursday, opening day at Yankee Stadium.
If you're going to opening day, look for me. I'll be the guy now behind Judge who's waving for the baseball every time he makes the final out of the season. I'm like, please don't look at me.
And if you go to opening day, make sure you get to the big cornhole area where everybody's playing. I can't wait to call my brother right now.
Go ahead, call him up.
You know what?
Call him up.
I can't wait to tell him this.
You're such a punk.
Nobody says I can't wait.
I can't wait. You know what? You know what's gonna be great when I get there and I post up shop. The first fucking cornhole board I see, I'm gonna take a picture and I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay. And then show me, then interview all the people, and it's like all these losers playing cornhole. How about you go to stands and go look at some of the actresses that are on Landman hanging out at stands?
I'll be there. I'll be there. Daddy's gonna be home tomorrow.
Get there early. I wish I could go. I used to go to game 2, which will be Saturday.
Yeah, the drop off of prices are from like 300 and it drops down to 6 cents on Saturday.
One year I went to game 2 at Yankee Stadium. I got paid $100. It was 41 degrees, drizzly.
I'm getting a brisk 51 degrees on Thursday. So hopefully that holds up. We'll see.
I love it. Well, everybody, thank you so much. Thanks to John Hannon, my new Patreon. We're back at 48.
What a guy, John. Thanks, John.
Patreon.com. We're here to pay Dave. All right, everybody.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.